every dark tunnel of your life. Let there be light. The light of Jesus shines. All the darkness flee in the presence of His light. Let there be light, light in every dark corner of your life. Let there be light, the light of Jesus shines. Oh, all the demons flee in the presence of His light. And there was a light. Let there be light. And there was a light. In your trouble and your sorrow, let there be light. When you're going through sickness, there was a light. Oh, in your family, in your life, in your school, and there was a light. Let there be light. Yeah, there was light. There was a light. In the darkness now, let there be light. In your family, in your school, and there was a light. Let there be light. Let there be light. And there was a light.
Radio station with more. You're listening to the radio station. You're listening to this is Radio Biafra. Radio Biafra.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening one more time. So welcome to another live broadcast this morning. All right, there's not, we're going to still talk about BBC. I hope you've made your calls today, because before you call me, you have to tell me. Some of you promised me the last time that you were going to make these calls, but today I'm going to hold you to it. So when you call me, tell me if you have made that call. And before I go into the nitty-gritty of today's program, I want to repeat a broadcast made by our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on February the 9th in London. I want you to listen to it, because that is where we're going to take our talk for today. So pay attention, pay particular attention to this broadcast, because I don't know what happened yesterday. I was just shopping around my archives and I found it. I said, okay, this is what we're going to present today in the broadcast. So I want you to listen very attentively to this broadcast, because it's very, very important, very, very crucial to what is going on today. It's as pertinent today as it was when it was made. It was made on February 9th, but today we are seeing everything. You know, I think I have lots of this broadcast by our leader, and I'm going to be going back to them once in a while to keep you reminded, to keep your memory fresh, because we tend to forget too quickly, honestly. That is one funny thing about us. We see it today, we say it today, and the next day, you know something, we've forgotten it already. It's like it never happened. I wouldn't let that happen, because I would keep on refreshing your memory. So let me go to London on February on the 9th by our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Please, I need you to listen to this very, very carefully, very attentively, because we'll have to come back to it anytime you're going to call me. We're going to talk on this one. Okay, let's listen to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It's quite a long one, but I'm going to take it to
Good evening, wonderful people of Biafra, wherever you are, welcome you, but especially those of you in London.
Listen to it very well.
It is an honor and a privilege for me to be here addressing you this evening, and the entirety of humanity as well. I am humbled, and I am also filled with pride and joy. We must broadcast because our coordinator here in London, Ozaka, have prayed. Because the world is waiting, they want to hear from us. We said we are going to boycott, and we are going to boycott these very elections coming up on Saturday. That the world may know how serious we are. There was a time I never felt I'll be in London. I thought I was going to perhaps die in this very process. But it wouldn't have bothered me, because if you ask those that arrested me, they will tell you that I was defiant from the beginning right to the very end. Because that is my nature, that is who I am. I said that I'll remain without fear before my enemies, and I did that. And will continue to do so. I promise you that in the not too distant future, I shall return to Biafra land as I told them in 2015, and I did. And this time around, as I also promised them, I'll be going with hell. Let nobody have any doubt about this, because Biafra must come. I don't care if we are all dead. There's only one man and one woman left. Let them continue to have a new generation of Biafrans. One thing is paramount, that Biafra must come in our time. See? The worst mistake that PDP ever did was to allow the ERAS to attack IPOB. Anything that happens to them tonight is entirely their own make. We'll be sending a very clear message, unmistakable, to anybody who dares to attempt to denigrate IPOB. We will completely and totally destroy that very person and that very entity. Zoo tried and we defeated them. Orthodox tried, we brought them down. So did Lai Mohammed's Minister of Information. Ohanese is on the floor. So also are those Igbo saboteurs in Abuja and in Lagos. For PDP to try to attack IPOB, they have signed their death warrant. When I attack APC, they say I work for PDP. I attack PDP, they say I work for APC. Anything we do, they have difficulties with it. But we are going to teach them a lesson they will never ever forget. Last week, if you all recall, I was in our studios here in London. I made a broadcast and I said that I want a referendum. The same referendum that allowed Atiku Abubakar to become a Nigerian citizen via place beside was the same thing that Nnamdi Kanu wants for the people of Biafra. Some very hopeless individuals within the zoo journalism decided to write rubbish, to insinuate what I never said in the first place. And they felt that their best line of defense is to attack IPOB and to attack myself. So before we proceed this very evening, I want to tell the whole world where Atiku Abubakar actually comes from. And I won't do it myself, because if I do it, the world will think maybe I have an agenda. I like Atiku Abubakar, I think he's a gentleman. But the rats he surrounds himself with are not worthy. Because if they were, they wouldn't have dared attack IPOB. If you have a smartphone with you here, please put it on silent. And then, where do we have that static? I want you to go to your Google and type in Referendum 1961 Nigeria. Simple assignment that those E-rats couldn't do. Very simple assignment. Can those at the back hear me? I want you all, please. Anybody that gets it should please raise his or her hand and tell us precisely what is written. 1961 Nigeria referendum, please, if you have it. Has anyone come across it? Just go to Google. And as I'm saying this, I hope that the E-rats that works for PDP are also listening, and they're doing this very simple assignment as well. Go to Google, you type in Referendum 1961 Nigeria.
Yeah, we got it.
Have you got it?
Yes, sir.
Can please somebody take the microphone to him. I can come closer. Tell me precisely what it says. Please. Is it this one?
Yes, sir.
Give it to him. Will the world hear us when he speaks?
No. Yes. No.
Will they hear us?
No.
Come closer, please. Can you come round this way, please, if you may? Can you use that one?
Yeah, give me that cable.
No, bring this cable, please.
Yeah. Give it to me.
I think it is all the way here. There you go. We want to teach the zoo what they do not know nor understand. Here on Radio Biafra, anything I say is gospel. Before heaven and before mankind on earth. After this, I will deal with Jubril. Comprehensively and totally. That the world may know that Nigeria is indeed a zoo. Full of animals. Please tell me what it says when you Googled Referendum 1961 Nigeria, please.
Referencing from Wikipedia.
Yes.
1961 British Cameroon's referendum.
Stop. British what?
Cameroon's.
Did it say British Nigeria?
No.
Proceed, please.
A referendum was held in British Cameroon's on 11th February 1961 to determine whether the territory should join neighboring Cameroon or Nigeria. The option of independence having been opposed by Andrew Cohen, the UK representative to the United Nations Trustship Council. It was not presented as an option. Ultimately, the Muslim majority Northern Cameroons saw a majority of 60% in favor of joining Nigeria.
Stop. Is it very clear now?
Yes, sir.
Are you confused? When was Atiku born? Google it again. Tell me the date he was born, Atiku. And where he was born, please, very important. Where is the birthplace of Atiku Abubakar? Please find it for me on Google. Find it for me. I don't want to say anything myself. I want us to do our research this evening.
All hail Biafra. Atiku Abubakar, GCON, born 25th November 1946, is a Nigerian politician.
Stop. He was born in
1946.
When did they join Nigeria? Was Atiku therefore born a Nigerian?
Not at all.
Then he shouldn't be contesting for the presidency. PDP E-rats got Atiku into trouble, not me. They attacked IPOB, and that's the worst thing any idiot can do on earth. Because we come after you with everything we've got. I mean everything. At the end of the process, you'll be sunk, never to rise again. How we deal with them. This is a divine project ordained by heaven. No man can stop this. No human being born of woman can stop IPOB. It's impossible. Where does Atiku come from?
Cameroon.
Where was he born?
Cameroon.
Can anybody born outside Nigeria contest for the presidency?
Not at all.
I told them, I warned them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
We must proceed. Our boycott is not against anybody. I asked for a boycott in 2014, before 2015 elections. As at that time, Atiku left Jonathan, our brother, to go and campaign for his own brother, who is a Fulani man, Buhari. Do you know Atiku was in PDP? Are you aware he was in PDP? Vice President in PDP, and he decamped to APC. Now you're asking IPOB to re-elect him. Which did we not boycott elections in 2015?
Of course we did.
What makes you think that I, Nnamdi Kanu, will ask this very wonderful army of heaven, IPOB, to vote in 2019 with nothing? I gave them my conditions. If they don't accede to my demands, I'll publish it on Friday, that the world may know what we're asking for. If they sign it, then I'll call off the boycott. If they don't sign it, we proceed full steam ahead. Because our priority is Biafra, nothing more, nothing less. I am not asking for anything else in life. All I want to see is Biafra. After that, then I can die. For those talking nonsense about us, on Thursday, I will bury what is left of Jubril Aminu al-Sudani. I will have a world press conference here in London, and I will ask sensible white people if that thing there is the dead Buhari or not. All of you know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows that very well. But because they don't want IPOB to have the credit for it, that is why they all ganged up, conspired the Yoruba media, the same PDP. They know Buhari is dead, but they don't want to talk about it. Why? Because they know if they do, the zoo will collapse and Biafra will come. So they don't want it. They went back and ganged up amongst themselves to say right hand is Fulani, left hand is Fulani, and I kept wondering, can't any other ethnicity produce a president in the zoo? Why always Fulani? And to make matters worse, this is not the first time, not the second, not the third time. You have two Fulani men as the front runners for the seat. Let me ask you a very simple question. What has the Fulanis ever done for Nigeria before? Somebody should please tell me. What have they done? Do they have engineers? Do they have poets? Do they have writers? Do they have philosophers? What do they have? Somebody please tell me why a Fulani man will deliver me.
They have murderers. Virtual killers.
When you're asking somebody to help you out of a problem, you look at their track record, what they have done in the past, and what they're likely to do in the future. I want somebody to please tell me what national problem in the zoo that a Fulani man solved before. Just tell me one. I never heard of austerity measure in my life until Shagari was in power. Some of you perhaps are too young to remember. They started with something called austerity measure. Babangida came and introduced his own structural adjustment program called SAP. All they bring is hardship and poverty because they are bereft of ideas. They are not blessed with governance. It is only in the zoo called Nigeria that Fulani holds sway. Every other sensible country in Africa, none of them will ever allow a Fulani to ascend to the throne of leadership. They are messing about with all of us. And I was reading what some of these people, some of them in Lagos, they have to remain some of them. The way some young Igbo people are fighting for two Fulani men, they cannot do it for Mogal. Is Mogal not contesting? IPOB is their problem because we preach the truth. Because we'll tell them the truth that nobody will dare tell them. I tweeted earlier today, and no Yoruba person incidentally has ever answered that question. Tinkan Island is working, Papa Wolf is working as the only two viable seaports in the whole of the zoo called Nigeria. Now, let us, for instance, say we shut down Tinkan and Papa Wolf and move the business to Calabar and to Ugwacha, do you think Yoruba will be in Nigeria? No. Will they be in Nigeria? No. Then why are our people supporting such nonsense? Why are they supporting it? I remember when I was telling Nyawodo what is to befall them. He didn't listen to me. He went to Obiano and planned Operation Pattern Dance. They should come and kill me. Nwodo was overheard boasting that he would divide IPOB. And I asked somebody to tell him. I sent somebody to him to tell him to remember the way we greet in IPOB. We say IPOB one family. We never ever reply 2 families or 3 or 4. I said to the person that if Nwodo succeeds in dividing IPOB, I'll relinquish my leadership position. Because nobody can try it. Today, which organization is divided? And incidentally, when I came out of prison and was holding rallies all across Biafra land, the first man to call for my arrest because of the number of crowd that come out to see me wherever I go to, he died 2 days ago. Watch and see what will happen to everybody opposed to IPOB and to Biafra. What shall become of them? I thought they said Anambra election boycott didn't work. Is that what they said? Yes. Then leave us now to boycott this one. Since it didn't work. We must know one thing, and one thing for sure, that we are on the right track. The enemies will try to distract some of you, but I have seen them all, one after the other. If you do right, they say, "When did you do left?" You do left, they say, "Oh, why not right?" If zoo is a place where people reason and function properly, they have between now and Friday to amend their constitution to allow, should I say, a naturalized Atiku to perhaps still remain in the race. If Atiku goes into elections on Saturday and wins, he will be impeached from office because he was not born a Nigerian. That is a very simple fact. That is what the funniest thing about Fulani is, that they never ever obey the law. Before Buhari died, did he have any certificate? No. But they allowed him to contest. The same Obasanjo now telling you, "Oh, vote for Atiku," was the same man that said, "Oh, why it doesn't matter." After all, he went to Moms and all the shot and heaven knows where else. They subvert their own laws that they make. They make laws and they subvert them. And you allow them. Such nonsense cannot happen anywhere. We are in the UK. Use Brexit as an example. It doesn't matter how many people right now can or wish to vote to remain. It doesn't matter. That time the referendum was conducted, a majority said we want to leave Europe. Is that not correct? That very decision must be respected. That is why Europeans are far more smarter than we are. They recognize the importance of law. If you subvert this one now, who knows what might be subverted later on, and the consequences of the likely effect on the people. In Nigeria, they made a law that says if you don't have any WAEC certificate, you cannot run. If you're born outside Nigeria, you cannot run. It is in the constitution of the country. But here you have one dead man in Saudi Arabia and somebody born in Cameroon running for office. And you see how our people are queuing behind them, fighting us because of Fulani people. Fulani that brought headsmen to kill us. Did Atiku ever condemn Fulani headsmen attack on our people? Did PDP ever come out to condemn? Well, of course, I give credit to Bukola Saraki, in all fairness. He tried. Have you ever heard them come out before to say in categorical terms that what is happening is not good? Why is Dasuki still in detention? Why is El Zagzagi still in detention? When court after court, session after session have ruled that these men must be freed. But black people in Africa will keep quiet. And because Onogen kept quiet, the thing kept coming until he swallowed him up. But had Onogen stood up during my time to say, you must obey court order, do you think Jubril and the cabal will have the guts to remove him? Because he would have succeeded in stopping this very problem right from the beginning. Simple common sense. They said they have PhD, but they know nothing upstairs. Because they took Nnamdi Kanu, nobody said anything. They took Dasuki, nobody said anything. They took El Zagzagi, nobody said anything. You are not going to chief. Why can't they come for you? Who are you? Are you accepting what I'm telling you this evening?
Yes.
You see, when I preach, they tell me that I insult black people a lot. I said I'm black. My father is black. My mother is black. My grandparents are black. I hate self-pity. I said it in England. I told them, I don't believe in racism. If I apply for a job you don't give me, if I don't like it, I go back to my country and build it and make it a better place than this place. They allowed us this nonsense to continue. And all they could do is to go and raise Igbo kids born in Kanu and in Lagos. Perhaps under the bridge in Lagos somewhere. To be attacking IPOB that gave them everything that they are today. The little respect and dignity they have is because of IPOB. What is wrong in opening Calabar Seaport? Can somebody tell me? What is wrong in opening Iguacha Seaport? What is wrong with an Igbo man being the president of Nigeria? Is there anything wrong with it? But look at how we are begging, like I can't even, it's so shameful. You claim you're a Nigerian with equal stake in Nigeria, but you cannot run for the presidency of the country. Is there any apartheid worse than that one? And what did Ohaneze do? Is to look at those who are fighting for their liberation to hand them over to the enemy. I remember that Nyanwood insulted me at Anambra House of Assembly because of Obiano, isn't it?
Yes.
Because of the boycott. That's why they came to kill me. Today, what did Obiano say about Nyanwood? What did he call him? Idiotic.
Nemesis.
It is nemesis. You see an Igbo man, an Igbo governor, very proud that Fulani people are killing his people. An Igbo boy somewhere, perhaps in, where's that place Zeke was born? Zungeru. I am sorry, but if you don't go to the village and fetch water in the village stream, if you don't play at night, if you don't do rain dance in the village, if you don't go hunting for grasshoppers, if you don't go hunting for squirrels, believe me, you're not one of us. Because it teaches you something. To love that very land the way you love your life. I'm walking on Uru Bridge in Lagos, all you see is concrete, you don't know anything. In their next life, they will not start. Is anybody here in doubt as to where Atiku comes from? No. They think they are smart. If you continue, you will see many more references and instances regarding Atiku and how, this is all on Google, not me, please, regarding how he became a Nigerian. I was only trying to infer that if referendum is good for Adamawa people, so it should be for Biafrans as well. so that the word referendum is not strange to Nigeria. They might as well invoke something called doctrine of necessity. If everybody in the zoo called Nigeria were to boycott elections on Saturday, in 2 weeks' time, Nigeria will be a brand new country. You won't recognize it anymore. They will be forced to invoke the doctrine of necessity to do right thing for everybody. But you allow them to get away with murder. That is why they bring them to our land. They announce Python dance to cover the whole of the federation, but they are focusing in our land, killing us. And you see Igbo governors like Ibazo welcoming them, come and kill them more. Ordinary Uchoga. As an Abacha beans, he's in APC. He visited Nentu in Aba. Our people gave him the usual treatment. He went and called the army to kill our people. He's not even a governor yet. And those who don't know my history with P2B, I will tell you. Is anybody who was in Abga in those days here? Do you know me in Abga? I was the Abga chairman in the UK and in the whole of Europe.
Yes.
I fought for P2B to be elected. I demonstrated. I wrote countless petitions. I put pressure on the British government to put pressure on Obasanjo to allow P2B's mandate to be respected. Some of you don't know that. Did I campaign for Obiano or not? Yes. The first time around? Yes. Live on Radio Biafra. I campaigned for Obiano. So don't tell me any nonsense about being into politics. I have campaigned for them. Did anything change? No. Did anything change? No. Some people are saying it's our turn. P2B is our brother. I agree. He's our brother, yes. Not minding what happened at Ezu River. But what is this thing now that P2B will give us that Nnamdi Kanu did not give us? Do you know who is Nwafo Orizu? Some of you here. Do you know he was head of state for some time? You know Gironsi, my uncle. You know him? How about Ekweme? What did they do for us? What did they do for us? There is a saying, because I grew up in the village where I come from. Is that not correct? This one, we've been trudging on this road almost 50 times. There is no progress. If Jonathan, who answers our name, our own brother, Ebele Chukwuaziki, we could not build second Niger bridge, who will? Did Jubril build it? I'm sorry to say, that's not here. No, I won't go that far. Let me leave it. There is a saying where we come from also. Uncle. Are you following me?
Of course.
Do you understand what I said?
Yes.
Eh? Yes. No matter how much the school fees is, no matter what it is uncle. Because your own is your own, our own is our own. Is that not correct? Nigeria is their own. Biafra is our own. It looks very, very difficult and almost impossible to accomplish. As somebody said, it looks impossible until it is done. If they tell you that the whole of the zoo will be vibrating because of IPOB, will you believe it 10 years ago? No. Huh? Because we are holding them in a very bad place, I assure you. In a very bad place. Only if we remain resolute, uncompromisingly strong, will we accomplish what we are looking for. Any sign of weakness and our enemies will divide us and they will march us into the ground. We can't afford to do that. I remember I went home 2015 when I told everyone I was coming back home. Now I'm in the UK, they're saying, why are you in the UK? Come back home. And I said, when I was back home, what did you do? You know, these days they use photoshopped pictures to try to claim that people went out to see Jubril. Is that correct? Did you see any of our rallies back home in 2017? Did you see any of our rallies? Yes. Did you see Ekunobia? Sure. Did you see when we went to, what's that place in Onisha we went to? Nothing more. Not even a glare. A very tiny school we went to after 4 hours only. Omaba. I went to Obigbo in Iguacha. The traffic was there for 12 hours. No, the whole of Iguacha, River State, entire River State. No vehicle moving for 12 hours. Because Aba is, you don't mention Aba because nothing happened that very Sunday in the whole of Aba. That is how strong we are. And I want our people listening all over the world to remain very strong. Don't allow yourselves to be distracted by these people that have no hope. Isn't it funny that it was only when the students threatened boycott that they allowed teachers to go back to class? Is that correct? I thought they said that boycott doesn't work. Atiku boycotted presidential election. Is that correct? So did Jubril. Did anybody hold them to account for it? Because Fulani runs everything. I said this thing before, and I will say it again. I want you to ponder over it very seriously. You are hated. They hate you. Nigeria only tolerates you. They despise you. You can never please them. Do you know that the Northerners wanted to leave Nigeria? Are you aware of that? Yes. Who made them to stay? Nnamdi Kanu was begging them to stay. He conceded the prime ministership to MPC so there'll be peace. He had this utopian idea of this beautiful African continent full of black people migrating with their goats, their cows, and their sheep all over the place. A utopia that never reflected reality anywhere in history. And because of that, we are here today. I read a very interesting post, something I used to talk about many years ago. Do you know our sisters are not getting married back home? How many of you know that? If your sister gets married, you even throw your own private party. Oh, am I lying? Am I lying? Not that we don't have men. They are either in the dust dunes of the Sahara Desert, at the bottom of the Mediterranean Sea trying to cross into Europe, or they're in prison heaven knows where around the world. If we continue this way, our way of life, our people, our trace, our culture will disappear forever and ever. So what IPOB is doing concerns each and everybody here. Some of our kids are born in England. If in America we are to go out and bring back a Mexican girl, am I going to ask him to throw her away? How about if the girl wants to relocate to Mexico? Are you following what I'm saying? There's that beautiful name called Ahamefula. Do you remember it? We are lost as a people, and only IPOB can save you. Nothing, nobody else has the mettle or the balls to pursue this very fight to the bitter end, if need be. Only IPOB. All the nonsense they're doing back home, harassing us, trying to get us to not to pay attention to what we are doing, will fail. They failed before, and they will fail again and again and again. Coming Saturday is a referendum for us. And this is the best time to do it. because they are dangling a bait in front of us, vice presidency. If you're very myopic, you will think we've never had it before. But Kwame was VP, is that not correct?
All right, with this program at this point, I'm going to stop or pause this broadcast, this past broadcast. This was done on February 9th, I think. Yeah, February 9th in London by our leader, Mazi Iyke. And like I said at the beginning of the program, I wanted you all to listen to it because we are going to talk about this. It's as pertinent today as it was when this broadcast was made. Nothing changes. It's so prophetic. I mean, history is repeating itself and we are here wondering what's going on with us. Remain consistent, Biafrans, because we are already at the end of this journey. We have already touched the mark. We've gone there. We've gone beyond, and there's no going back. People can say whatever they like, whatever they want to talk about, they can talk about. Oh, the case is all dying down gradually now. Because he doesn't respect anybody. All they make. We've asked for a referendum, and that's where our ball is. I will have to open up the line for you to make your calls, but like I promised me, I want to hear that you've made the call to BBC and that you've done your call or you've tweeted. You've made what you're supposed to do, actually, because what we are talking about is that it's very, very important for us to tell the world what we are doing, and the world will know what we are doing by we not keeping quiet. We're doing as much as we can to set the message across to each and everybody that is willing to hear. You heard what our leader said. They are the ones that violate their own country. You know, they create problems here and there. Not that nobody, believe me sincerely, we Biafrans, what we are actually interested in and what we want is our freedom. We need Biafra, that's all. We don't need president. Anybody can contest as a president. Well, that's okay. That's what you want to do. Go ahead and do it. But hey, it does not change anything and will never change anything. It doesn't matter. Even if you go to Igbo land and make the Igbo man president, Igbo man vice president, leader of the House of Senate, Igbo man, all of them together, it's not going to change anything. We are Biafrans, and Biafra is what we are asking for, and Biafra is what we are going to get. So when you call me up today, please let me know if you have made the call to BBC. Have you spoken to them? You were advised on exactly what to do, and that advice still holds very, very strongly. And I want you, before you call me, I say it one more time. If you've not made that call today, please go and do it. And by the way, tweeting is always there and it's going to continue. It's not going to stop. We are ready. This Radio Biafra. We are Biafrans, and we're very resolute in what we are doing. Nobody can stop us, and nobody can dare us get away from what we are doing. Remain consistent the way you have been, and we'll continue there. And while we take this, listen to this. It's a very important information, important notice.
Buried for 50 years, Britain and BBC shameful role in the Biafran war. Under the camera lens of BBC, 1 million children starved to death, women raped, pregnant women killed, their stomach slit open, and unborn babies removed and slaughtered right before BBC camera lens. And all this was done by Fulani terrorist government of Nigeria. 50
years later, BBC is trying to rewrite history. They are now calling the victim of genocide the killers. And BBC, an accomplice of genocide against Biafran people, is now called a saint. IPOB, the indigenous people of Biafra, under the leadership of indefatigable Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are back to set the record straight. And now we are taking the battle to the doorstep of BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Biafra Worldwide Phone Call Campaign Alert. Now listen, be polite when you call BBC and use the following prompt when you call. Say, hello, my name is, then you tell them your names. Then you say, I am calling to ask about BBC policy of propaganda against the victim of genocide. Number one question, why is BBC always twisting facts and covering up genocide against Biafrans by Fulani in Nigeria? Number two question, when will BBC make a documentary about the ongoing genocide by the Fulani in Nigeria? Number three, why is BBC shamelessly investigating the victims and not the perpetrators of genocide? Number four, why is BBC broadcasting fake documentary to intimidate the victims of genocide? Number five, take down your concocted fake documentary against the victims of genocide, the Biafran people, and stop lying about us. BBC and UK government, we know that you are the real enemy hiding behind the Fulani terrorists and orchestrating genocide in Nigeria for the sake of oil. Now we tell you, stop your shameless policy of plundering and slaughtering Biafran people. Now listen and pay close attention. This campaign against BBC Broadcasting Corporation will start on the 6th of June till the 1st of July 2022. And these are the time to call BBC: 9 a.m. in the morning to 5 p.m. Biafran time. And here are the numbers to call. And please pay close attention. Get your pen and paper ready that you may take down these numbers. BBC switchboard. Telephone +442 087 43 8000. I repeat, +442 087 43 8000. Or you can tweet at BBC News. Another one, BBC Customer Service +443 700 100 322. I repeat, BBC Customer Service +443 700 100 322. Or you can tweet at BBC Press. And the last one, BBC Studios Limited +442 084 33 2000. I repeat, BBC Studios Limited +442 084 33 2000. Or you can send an email to BBC News Channels at bbc.co.uk. We are Biafrans. We shall vanquish by the grace and mercies of Elohim, Chukwoki Kabiama, onye pụrụ ihe niile, we shall vanquish. We are Biafrans.
All right, thank you very much. What I will do right now is I'll take a very short break. And when I come back, I'll start taking your calls. Let us take a short break.
Think all these good things that don't come again, you know.
And it sounds the people.
How come it's never success? Mama, you're back. And the microphone. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 Tell me what to do, tell me what to do, tell me what to see, tell me what to see, tell me what to know. When we talking about the referendum, oh you see, I never go for long. You never come slave for long. Back in the days, you know what's up. But because of who you guru, the focus you come out. I remember when my father they tell me about the war. Then spend so much money just to create. Indeed, you are going. Indeed, yes, you are. Success in one way, typically go man. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. Chukwoki Kabiama, oh, rescue your children. Even if I can't show one level, make we don't make all these politicians show. No mind, never just come around, no promises, never not add to. Never see anything after the election. No election, no election in Biafra land. We go sit at home daddy. Make you no forget John. Easy things are success you and your partner Nnamdi Kanu, Chukwuka gozi ringi. Your friend in motherland, Chukwuka gozi ringi. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. You don't tell when we dey fight for this freedom. All we need is the referendum. 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 On the mix, yo.
And it's a praise.
All right. I'm back again, and this time the lines are open for you at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984, 929-406-9953. and I hope you did listen to our leaders past broadcast that I aired, and that's what we're talking about today. Because you see, as you know, Peter, I don't know, I cannot really say the proverb very well, but when you start squeezing around grandma's handbag, if only from is what you would get. We are minding our business. They are the ones that are running around trying to vote whoever they want to be their president. That's cool. We have no problem with that. But we want them to understand that we have nothing to do with this election. We have absolutely nothing to do. It does not matter. We are not saying, we never started our agitation by saying that because Igbo man is not the president, therefore that's why we want to get away. No. We're getting away because this is a rotten society that has nothing to offer to anybody. There is nothing, absolutely nothing. These are places where there are lawless people. But you know something, what goes around does what comes around. Somebody was telling me the other day, he said to me, and that scared the living hell out of him. He's one of these big guys, said, they are killing this, the killing in our area is so much, they are killing all these our young people. And I said to him, yeah, it's true. You know why they are killing the young people? When they finish them, there will be nobody to protect you. That is the big one. They will come after you. So anywhere you go, just put all your money, everything you have in your pocket, because you might get to somewhere and that's from where you will run. You will not get away from the zoo. And that didn't go well with him. You're going to talk to somebody on the phone, and all of a sudden the person is not talking, and you go, hello? Hello? Are you saying, oh yeah, it's network? It's not network. It was just trying to assimilate, swallow up what you said, because that scares the living hell out of them. It is happening every day, and it's not going to stop. There is no way these people are going to stop because they are prepared. They are all over the place. They're in your bushes. They are ready for the time they've already told you. Why you are there pointing your fingers at IPOB, which Nnamdi Kanu brought out to save you? Because that's the idea. I didn't join IPO because of they wanted Biafra. No. What he was saying was resonating, was really sinking. Like one of my friends from Igodo at that early times. He never listened to Nnamdi Kanu before, but we were in a friend's house. And I was trying to talk about, he said, I heard that you talk on Radio Biafra. I said, yes, I do. And then I put on my phone, community radio was talking, and he was listening. I didn't know he was really paying attention, because we're talking and he's listening back and forth. At the end he said, you know something, let me be honest with you, I think this man is talking for the whole of Nigeria. I said, yes, that is the point. That is the point. You don't want to give him the credit. That's what people are thinking. All these governors and whatever politicians, the so-called it's just because somebody has already said that. Why is it not me that is saying this? Cannot be you. You were not built for this. God shares Eke. Somebody called you, and that is very correct. The job is shared out. The divine, the creator of the universe, will not give you something you cannot carry. Nnamdi Kanu came out and so on what he's doing. Hey, what he said is resonating with all of us, and we know he's saying something that will help us. But because you don't want to give him the credit, he doesn't even want this credit from you. All he's saying is, leave me alone. I want to go with my people. If you don't like what I'm doing, it's better not to say anything. Just shut up. Don't try to discredit what I'm saying because it is not you. What is his family background. Please, as you take the message and don't kill the messenger. Just forget about the messenger and take the message. The message that we are giving out is that Biafra is our thing. February 9th, listen to what he said. I'll still be going backwards in the archives. Most of my programs now will be running at least part of his program. Because there are people who just woke up when they now. But I say I'm going to na evening. You can say good evening. Yeah, say good morning. Good morning. So we say good morning to everybody. To most of those people are now beginning to pay a little attention to what we are saying. All right. So the lines are open for you. Anytime you're ready to make your calls, please do, because the lines are very open. But meanwhile, we're not going to keep quiet. We're going to keep airing some clips and some messages that are coming in to me that I need you to listen to. All right, let me see this one. I have one here that is, I think, pertinent to what we are doing, so I need you to listen to it.
Into a major conspiracy, a strategic plot, a written script by the same enemies, adversaries of our race and of our people, of our common good. You have seen what is happening in the political arena. All of a sudden, the British summoned Peter Obi to 10 Downing Street, and they laid out a script, and he was fooled and deceived by that script, not knowing. It was a script of enslavement, a conspiracy hatched against our people, against our destiny, against our freedom, our sovereignty. The British can never wish good to any people, and not even to us as a people. We are their mortal enemies because our rising will signify their falling. I repeat, the rising of Biafra will signify the falling of that empire. Nanya, the coming of Obi was to draw our people, to suck out our people, to give our people a false hope, a mirage, something that will look achievable and reachable and touchable, but will never be achieved or reached or touched. Our waste a time, a sensitive time, a prophetic time. Kafabu gaho. Yashua did Berakwasa that the children of Israel knew not the time, the hour of their visitation. This is our hour of visitation. Obi is to draw our people into the elections, which is what they are almost succeeding. And nobody is reasoning or reflecting or rationalizing. Nobody is measuring, weighing, or defining what is playing out. It's a written script. And this is a 30-year cycle and curse that is the problem of the country and upon Nigeria. 1963 record, 1993 record, and the next 30-year cycle will be 2023. These are not coincidences, these are mysteries. These are encoded mysteries. They are all written in the books. Now, Mbamele someone will be to number 10 Downing Street, that he has no chance in PDP. They know already he had no chance in PDP because the flag bearer of PDP will be Atiku. All this was written in the script. The flag bearer of APC will be Tinubu. Even though in the end they will leave Tinubu with an empty house, an unrealized dream and ambition that will send him to his final grave that he has been avoiding. Now, Atiku is the anointed of the Fulani Caliphate, the evil marauders. Now, Haman and Diani will not vote in the coming election, which will cause a constitutional problem. No matter how much they rig, the whole of Biafra land would have been under lockdown and there would be no election. And it will be watched and observed globally. And in order to suck our people out and into the main arena of the game of play, political involvement was to bring a man whom they had taken the time to prepare. So our people must wake up, seek for the black god before the night falls, use our tongue to count our teeth. Mara that it is either now or never. What we mean is, it is not 4 years of Obi, because there would not be, and even if there were to be 4 years of Obi, what happens thereafter? There was 6 years of Jonathan, and nobody remembered that 6 years again. Remember that. There was 6 years of Jonathan, and it took them only few months, 2-3 months to erase everything, to rewrite, reverse, and continue with the agenda that was paused decades and decades ago, for which they have been longing for. And Agbaruno, that these people want to hold on to power for the next 50 years to establish their evil empire. If they kill 1 million of us, the world is not going to come. It happened in Rwanda. It happened in Sierra Leone, Liberia. We are now on. We have to rise. The time is upon us. We cannot be deceived by Peter Obi presidential ambition or the carrot of Igbo presidency or anything whatsoever. We cannot. If we miss this hour and this time, we will wallow in misery, agony, poverty, destruction, and domination. by the enemy. And what we do today is not only for our sakes, but for those who are not here, for the children yet unborn, for the generation yet to come, and who will rise, who will come on the scene, on the stage, and will remember that this particular generation did not set out. And they will be glad and grateful that this generation passed the torch of liberty, of freedom, of sovereignty to them. We must not pass the torch of slavery, of weakness, of fear. Fear can ruin a race and a people and reduce them to nothing. Many races have ceased to exist. Some have been wiped away from the stage of the world and from the stage of time, and their place and land taken by others who understood the game that ought to be played in the time. Our people must understand the game that has to be played now. We have to understand the game that is playing out right now. We cannot be sucked in by the evil imperialists because their time is over. They know. And they know. They are hanging on borrowed time, and we will not take our time of liberty and surrender it. We will regret forever. The generations coming will not forgive us easily. The battle that we fail to fight, the generation may fight it, but the honor will be taken away from us and given to that generation. Our honor is to rise and to fight, rise and to defend, rise and stand upright, and stick together as a people. Obi presidency, whether realized or not, will not take us anywhere. It will confuse us, make us drop our guards, and make us to be vulnerable when all is said and done. And mark these words again. There will be killings of our people during the elections and after the elections in the west, in the north, everywhere. Then, Ogabafo, everybody nanya. Those who fail to listen now will listen, but it will be too late then. They will be seeking the black goat after the horrible dark night has fallen. My people, Homo Biafra, wake up. Ndewono.
The supreme leader of the indigenous people of Biafra is Nnamdi Iyke, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. One cannot be two. Sunlight production. Show face on the microphone. Shalom Ibrahim. Shalom Muchineke. We are getting there. It's a matter of time. Shalom. Bosom. You know me say I go say my right for you, Nigeria. Bosom. You know me say I don't know myself again. Hey, the love I have for Biafrans take over my heart. It's burning like fire. Biafra is my heart desire. I want her like Messiah. Nnamdi Kanu is Messiah. My love, oh. I'm ready to do anything for you, my love. I'm ready to do everything for you, my love. I will make you my canton. I will make you my cashier. Just be patient, my love. Oh, oh, oh. Be patient, my love. Oh, be patient, my dear. Never relent. Oh, just remain resolute. You Biafra, they come. I want them to fool. I go package for you. I go manage again. Be patient, my love. Biafra is the hope. Be patient, never relent. Biafra is the hope. Biafra, they come. I want them to fool. I go package forever. for this body regime. A lot of people could not feed their children again. For this body regime, a lot of people could not fuel their cars again. And make their car again. Body regime, a lot of people could not eat food again. For this body government, prosperity in Nigeria is not genuine. That's the reason why the masses are suffering. More they are dying, more politicians are going higher. Prosperity in Nigeria is all about evil. Homo Biafra, Homo Juku Wabiama. We are entitled to fight this evil. Let's come together and support our supreme leader and crumble this evil. Go Nigeria. Be patient, my lord. Be patient, never relent. Biafra return. I wanna go full. I go package for you. You know go manage again. Be patient, my lord. Seek the love of Jehovah. Be patient, never relent. Biafra return. Kingdom of Biafra, manage again. Be patient, my love. Be patient, never relent. Biafra return. I wanna go to package for you. Manage again. Be patient, my love.
All right, I have a call coming in on my WhatsApp line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke.
There we go.
Good afternoon from Biafra land.
Welcome.
My name is Mazi Iyke. I'm from Otokun in Enugu province, but I reside in Abakaliki province. Mazi, we thank God for our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Chukwu Kukabiyama is our God. He give us a true leader who can tell us and say the truth the way it is, and tell us what evil enemies plan against us. May Elohim bless him and guide him and protect all our leaders, all the DOS and Eastern Security Network, and all truly Biafrans who are working assiduously to make us be free. May Elohim bless everybody and give us more strength to push more, because we are in a final stage. May Elohim guide us and give us more wisdom to do the needful. In the name of Chukwu Okuke Abiyama. Isa. Mazi, thank you for repeating our leader's voice. You know, our leader is always right. He never one day failed to tell us the truth why we are suffering. You know, in our land, people don't know why we are suffering. Because some of our people are betrayer in nature. They are training betrayer the way they are training okoko. All this foul. That is how our people are training betrayers. But this time around, Chukwu Abiyama said this generation should stand up. No matter what they did, we must be free from these people. British can do whatever they like. They have killed us, ganging up against us, kill our fathers, thinking they have already won. But I remember when I listened to the history of that war, our people said, train their children well. If you did not, if you fail to train, to treat them well, they will rise up and demand their freedom. And that is why we are here.
That's right.
That is why we are here, to do the needful. Biafrans, you know, nothing like, I will say this, if you want to answer Akpa, answer Akpa. If you want to answer Koro, you answer Koro. If you want to be a demon, you join Nigeria to fight against Umu Chineke. But if you want to follow the truthful and honest generation, you follow IPOB. We are not begging anybody again, because our leader is in there because of our freedom. He abandoned everything and chose the line of Chukwuka to make us free. We must do the needful. He is in there because of us. He in there because he wants us to live like a normal human being in the whole world. But our people, leaders in our land, so-called leaders, who are killing innocent people, harvesting their organs to make the blood money. One thing I will tell them, no matter whatever they hide, the truth must prevail. Nothing can change it. We have never ever do any tribe anything. We always try to move around, try to maintain peace, try to pay our tax, try to pay the bill, try to pay everything government say we should do. They are making the law for only us, only Biafrans. But this time around, everybody should wake up. We cannot forsake this chance we have now. We have a truly leaders. So Biafrans, everybody should wake up and support ESN. And more, let me say this, I'm begging our leaders, let them please, no matter how it is, try to make sure that they are opening the gate for people to enter and fight this fighting. There's people who are ready to do the needful without collecting anything. Thank you, my presenter, I Peters. May God bless you. I guide you as you are coming out every day. We have already passed the Lidicom. We are going home. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls. 646-920-4541, 845-344-798-406-9953. We've passed the point of Rubicon. That's correct. There's no going back. But Biafra is our quest. Presidency is not what we are talking about, because there's no point. You cannot take an old wine and put it in a new bottle and call it nothing has changed. Any test water has tested before. So going into this rubbish that they're calling election is like a joke. Big joke. Coincidentally, our leader had even told us everything about the zoo is terrible, because they do things without sitting down to think. That's the Fulani man. He's out there. All he wants to do is run over the zoo called Nigeria and do whatever I have to do. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller, good morning. Caller on private line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Good morning, Mr. Ant Peters.
Welcome to the program.
My name is Desert Warrior.
Welcome. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, go ahead, sir. Your line is open.
My name is Desert Warrior. Desert Warrior is hailed from Ichi. It is in Igbeze South, Enugu Province, Biafra land. Hi, Peters, I thank you so much for all you are doing for Biafra. I'm so grateful. We love you. Hi, Peter. You are doing a great job. The reason why I made this call this morning is just to inform all the members of IBOB, the Brooklyn family, that we are having a meeting tomorrow as usual and at the same venue. So I want everybody to come because we have an important issue to discuss at hand. Nobody should say that he is not being informed. This is just the announcement.
All right, tell us the venue. Just announce the venue, please.
Okay, the venue is 1725 Hekima on Eastern Parkway. 1725 Hekima and Eastern Parkway. That is the venue. Okay. I didn't announce the venue because we have a lot of people have known the place
already. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, and I also thank you, Akita, because of the repeat broadcast you played about our leader. That someone is telling us that IBOB is one family.
Yes.
He said it's not two family, but one family.
That's right.
And I am glad that our leader said that whoever comes to divide us or to bring IBOB down must fall.
That's right.
It is in the ear of everybody that listen to it this morning. We are one family, and that one family is what we are going to be.
Yes.
No matter what happened to our leader, we did it before, and we will do it again.
Yes.
Nobody from anywhere on this planet Earth could come and divide us. We remain one family, one great family.
Yes.
I thank you, all the freedoms of all the freedom fighters in this world, that what is happening in our place called Nigeria is not something to write home about. And I still pray, like our leader said, that God will touch the heart of these wicked politicians and wicked evil men that do not even care about us, for them to change. Obi or no Obi is not going to stop IBOB from what we are doing. Nobody will distract us.
Yes.
It is too late. We have crossed the Rubicon. Many have died, and many are still dying. This is our last opportunity. If we fail, it will be a disaster to all of us. I thank you, Ike Peters, and I greet you so much for the job that you are doing for Biafra.
Yeah.
God bless you. And bless Biafra all over the world.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, this is Radio Biafra USA too. I'll be at that meeting because I need to talk to you guys also. 1725 Heckman is on Eastern Parkway, and it's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow is Sunday, so that'll be